So hello and thank you for joining us. Today we have none other than Mr. Roy Gramps Morgan with us. Welcome.
Yes, how are you?
Good. Thank you for taking time out
Anytime.
to come in and answer a few questions, get to know more about you, get to know your fans globally. The first question they had for you was Gramps, Grandpa. Where did that come from?
Well, all that credit has to go to my father's sister. She's my auntie. We call her Auntie Gracie. The day I was born on July 7th, she came into the hospital and said, in Patois, she said, Lord God, him look like Grandpa. In translation, that means, oh my God, he looks just like Grandpa.
Her father.
Totally awesome. And from that day, I just got the nickname Grandpa. And then when I started hanging out with my friends in their yard and we played basketball every day, they said Gramps. And they turned it in from Grandpa to Gramps, and then it got more hit.
Is there anyone who calls you Roy?
Probably Careless. Yeah.
When you do something crazy or
my sister Yuna as well. Yuna from Morgan Heritage, she would say, right.
Speaking of your sister and Morgan Heritage, can you tell us, reassure us, are you all still together? Are we gonna see you?
When you see me go like this, this means for life.
Okay.
That means Morgan Heritage for life.
Okay.
We will be going to Zimbabwe later this year. We will be going touring later this month. So we are still performing as Morgan Heritage forever. But what we have done is we have hold off on Morgan Heritage albums and make a challenge for ourselves to do individual projects as solo artists, because it's a challenge. You know, because we've done so much after 10 albums, over 25 years in the business, touring the world. What's next? You know, so this has always been a dream of my father's. One day we was in Paris, and we just came off a stage of a big festival in Paris, and he said, it was a good show. I was like, all right, thanks, Daddy. And he said, one day I want to see us work on some solo projects. We said, you crazy? Yeah. And one day last year, in 2008, he said, I think it's that time now. Because what's next? To go in the studio and do another Morgan Heritage album? Okay. And then, so it's like, to keep our fans interested and keep it fun and keep it, you know, keep them guessing and keep them, you know, like satisfied. You know, to do another Morgan Heritage, okay, listen from track 1 to 15 again. Now you're getting 4 albums. You get an album from Yuna, an album from Peter, from Mr. Mojo, and Gramps. I'm just the first one to come out with 2 Sides of My Heart, Volume 1. But it's a journey, and Heritage for Life remains, because but our main focus is to tour Africa. We're not focused on touring America, because for years we have denied Africa, and because the market, a lot of the PA systems and good stage and lighting, but no, that's not a problem in Africa anymore, because Africa is coming up. You know what I mean? So, you know, you go to countries like Kenya, you go to countries like Nigeria, Senegal, Gambia, they have state-of-the-art sound systems. South Africa. So there's enough now there that if Zimbabwe is having a show, we will rent the sound system from South Africa. So Africa is coming up, and this is a dream of ours as the Morgan family, to see Africa as #1, because Africa awaits its creator. So thank God for our parents that has brought me to countries like America and Europe to get education, to go back home and build ourselves. So we are African minded. But I and my brothers, we didn't want to perform in Africa no less than what we performed in Germany, or performed in New York, or performed in London. When we go to Africa, we want it just as good or better. And that's why we didn't go there when somebody say, when are you coming to Africa? You know, we said we have to have the right equipment, the right sound, and the right light. So thus you see Africa growing. So now, while working on these solo projects, the only one we will make exceptions to as Morgan Heritage to perform as a group is Africa only. As this symbol that you see here represents the 2 sides of my heart, and when you see the purple side, it represents a priestly, humble, conscious love vibe. relationship. And then when you see the green, it's wild and fun and party. Consciously, not craziness, but it's fun and up tempo, and that's what will be volume 2. When volume 2 comes out, it's going to be a country album mixed with R&B, reggae, and a little bit of dance music. And thus, the title, Two Sides of My Heart, volume 1, because it's supposed to be a double album. But what we did is break it up into 2 volumes, so we give you time to kind of digest it, because it can be a bit much. But this symbol here will eventually be a clothing line called Two Sides.